Welcome to the Corde Snell show, yo. We back. Hey, we switched some stuff around. We got Jared the hell up out of here. No, I'm playing. He's in the back on the ones and twos. What up, Jared?
Hey,
What's up, Noah?
what's up?
Chilling. Real quick. So we back. Move some stuff a little bit around. We got stickers now. The Corde Snell show. This is for the podcast. Got merch. So if you want to hit us up at the Corde Snell show at gmail.com and ask for some stickers. Send us some emails about questions you want to know more about comedy or some stuff about my interests or other stuff, how to start a podcast. Hit us up. Let us know. We want to hear it. Also, put it on your hydro flask. Put it on your laptop. No lie, I miss my hydro flask so much because I went to UC Santa Barbara and like white girls used to always have hydro flasks. I never understood it. I was like, this is just a damn water bottle. Why are you so excited? And like white girls used to go like, oh my god, I got a hydro flask. Oh my god, this is what I wanted. And I'm just like, hey girl, if you don't calm down. And then my ass, I got one for Christmas one time, and I was just like, oh my god. Like, it was super funny. Like, my mom got one for me. She was like, Corde, you need one of these. I was like, why? She was like, it'll keep your water ice cold. I was like, I could just buy a frozen one and then it'll just thaw out. She's like, no, I'm telling you, does your random water bottle keep your water cold for 4 hours? I was like, no, nothing does that. She was like, no, this is what a hydro flask does. And I was like, what? That's what a hydro flask does. And I travel up and down the state. Like, I go to LA a lot and stuff like that. So I remember a lot of times it was like 105 to 110 in certain parts, like Bakersfield and things like that. And I had my nice little hydro flask right there. So much so it was keeping me cold. So cold, like the other side of a pillow. And I was like, oh my God, this water is amazing. You know how cold it is where your body temperature is cooling down, even though outside they said it's 105. And I'm just like, yo, this hydro flask is amazing. I should have got this shit a long time ago. So we're going to pivot from that and we're going to talk about how white people are stealing black people's culture, because we're talking about the Travis Kelce, which is really just a fade, all right? It's a fade that he's been getting for a while now, because Travis Kelce is a NFL tight end. He plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. I feel like the stardom of him dating Taylor Swift there now, whatever he does, it's like appropriating black culture. Like, he did it first. Like, pretty soon, we probably gonna see an article saying Travis Kelce is the best dancer in America. He's a better dancer than Beyonce. Wait on it, I'm telling you. Or they'll probably say like, is Travis Kelce a better dancer than Michael Jackson? I bet it's gonna happen. People will. You be well. Is he? Did he so creative? Did he ever have the best end zone celebrations ever? Like, now he's a Hall of Fame tight end. He's a Hall of Fame dancer as well. We're gonna hear it. We're gonna hear it somewhere out of nowhere. And it's crazy because I knew something like this would happen. Travis Kelce getting a regular haircut, fade that he's been getting for a long time. They start naming the fade the Travis Kelce. It's stupid as hell. I don't make no sense at all. Jared just got a haircut. Shout out to Jared getting a haircut. But we was having a debate. He was like, isn't this like the army cut? I was like, no, that's what John Cena rocked for most of his wrestling career. What Travis Kelce got is probably like the number 6 or number 7 when you walk into a black barbershop. I don't know if you ever been, but there's like 25 different haircuts on this like little wall. It's on the wall, but it's like on this like little image thing that was like, which one you want? You want the 4? You want the 6? I'm like, let me get the 7. And it's funny because it's like very little subtle differences between the different haircuts. It's usually like the shading or like how low and how high you want to get it. What Travis Kelce is getting, like, I feel like it's kind of a taper or even all around. We usually like a taper. You get it like real low back here, and then you get it low right here, and then you get sideburns, right? The even all around is usually for black dudes when you want to get waves. Like, you want to be dipping, right? You want to be dipping, and you get your wave grease, and you just brush your hair all day. And then brothers getting waves is a serious commitment, because 1, you got to buy a do-rag, 2, you got to buy some wave grease, and 3, you got to buy a brush, maybe 2 brushes, because 1 is like your home brush, and you travel. You might need 3. You need your home brush, your travel brush, and the brush you leave in your mama's car. All right. So you can always have a brush with you at all times. Because you ever see like black dudes back in the day just be brushing. Even now sometimes there's be like this, having a full-on conversation. Like, what's good, bro? Like, not much, just chilling and stuff like that. Hey, you going to class? Yeah, I'm about to go to class, stuff like that. And I'm like, you study? Yeah, I study, stuff like that. Hold on. Pull a backpack to the side, pull the notes out, and they still brushing their hair because they want them waves. They want 360. They want the 360 waves, all right? They want to do the 360 waves. Now a thing is called wave check, where everybody got the do-rags on and stuff like that. You're trying to see who got the best waves. Like, wave check, right? You come on, take the nice ass do-rag, you got the whole 360 going. Sometimes not everybody can get the 360 though. Getting 360 waves is hard as hell because you got to keep brushing nonstop. You got to have hella grease. You got to have different brushes and stuff like that because you can't have a too soft brush. You can't have a too hard brush because you have a too hard brush, right? It's just going to make your hair super straight. You got to get a medium sized one because if you get this too soft one, then it's not going to make your hair go in a certain groove, right? So sometimes dudes don't have to hold 360. Sometimes you're gonna get them up top. Like 50 Cent always just had waves on top because he would get kind of like a ball fade, right? Where you get all this cut down to ball and just have it up here. It's easier to maintain that way, but when you got a brush and you got to brush his back, it's annoying as hell because you really just scraping your scalp. The funny thing, I'm gonna let y'all in on something right now. Sometimes dudes' waves will be too damn good. We used to say, hey, you got a kit, huh? You got a kit. If you don't know what a kit means, it's basically you got a perm to make yourself have 360 waves all around because you couldn't deal with the fact of keep brushing your hair constantly and stuff like that. Because if you had no waves 1 week and all of a sudden you got a full 360 all of a sudden next week, like you got a perm. Nah, that shit don't count. You cheating the system. Like I didn't get no perm. Yes, you did. Because I know your sister be doing hair. You a damn lie. I know you got a damn perm because you can't have like, I got okay waves. Now I got hella good waves a week later. Maybe a month later, maybe 2 months later over the course of the school year. But 1 week, hell no, that's a kid. That's a perm. There's some dudes, I'm not gonna lie. Some dudes was like half black, half white, or whatever, or they was mixed. Then sometimes they could get waves hella easily because that's just how their hair is, shit like that. It was like, oh, your waves don't count. You mix. It was like, I got that hard black hair that's hard to, that's why I'm brushing right now. That's why I'm brushing right now. Because I remember I had a homie, his name was Elias. He literally, sometimes his hair would grow so fast, he would pick it out and have like a fro for 2 to 3 weeks. And then he would get a cut and then his waves would be back. And I'm like, you got a damn perm. He's like, I ain't got no perm, man. This is how I am. And I'm like, because you got that good ass hair. That's why. And it's just easier to mold into like those 360 waves, man. It's getting waves is a serious commitment. Like that's, like that's something. You know how people, how some women say, I love a dude who goes to the gym all the time, right? Because I mean, he's committed to something. If you see a black dude with waves, that means he's committed to that every single morning. All right. He's committed to the morning, during the day. He's trying to make sure that his hair is taken care of. It's basically mean you taking care of some shit, right? Like it's nothing worse than this. It's nothing worse than this. You see a black dude with a crooked fade. Shout out to Kaminga. I forget his name. Kaminga. Jonathan Kaminga. Yes, Noah. Because Jonathan Kaminga had braids for a long time. He's a 00 because Jared's looking him up right now. He's 00 for the Warriors right now. He had braids with the fade up top, because everybody, sometimes this what happens, right? Black dudes want to get braids, but they want to have the little hairline right here because it's kind of a style, right? But sometimes over time, the barber keep fucking it up and he keep pushing it back to where sometimes it is like little cool right here. It was crisp. Then he just keeps pushing it. And then I remember one time I saw a dude, his fucking hair was right here where he just had short hair and then just braids behind it. So at that point, I gotta cut it because the barber wants you to keep coming back. So of course I'm keep fucking up the line so you can come back. So all right, here now, dude, I pushed it back by accident, dude. Now you gotta cut it off. You gotta cut it off, right? Because if you get a lineup, you might get a lineup once every 2. You might get it once a week, once a month, or something like that. When it grow back, it's getting too long, right? You get a haircut. That's every 2 weeks. That's a barber system right there, right? I'm gonna fuck your hair up on purpose. So now you got to keep coming back. So Jonathan Kaminga wasn't doing much with the Warriors right now, right? He got the haircut and he been balling. But the only thing I'm upset about with Jonathan Kaminga is whoever he went to fucked up his hairline right here. It's like a part that's like right here. And having a crisp line is something that's huge in the black community, all right? You can't have a fucked up line because it literally just goes like this, like a ruler. It's like this, right? It's like this and it just goes like this. Burnt. Like and he goes burnt like that. Like, it's kind of like somebody flatlined and they came back all of a sudden. It was like Kaminga's hairline, it flatlined, then boom, he coming back. Like, what the hell? Like, it's like a little mark. And it's sad because you see him on TV all the time. And I be looking at the like top left corner. I'm like, who the fuck fucked him up right here? Like, what is that right there? Like, oh, that's, because it's funny because his line was crisp when he had braids. He get a haircut, somebody just fuck him up right here. He must have got it on a road game. That's what you do. You know, he must have got it from Utah because, you know, Utah people, or not Utah people, but people in Utah probably don't know how to cut like a lot of black people hair, stuff like that. That's why they try to call the Kelce. That's why they call it the Travis Kelce, right? Because I never seen a fade like this. He must be coming up with a new invention. Like when you went to a black barbershop, you would have saw this a long time ago. That also leads me to this, right? Having a fresh haircut in the black community is something I can't stress enough. Like I don't know what it is about having a new haircut or a fresh haircut. You know how they say you look and feel like $1,000,000, right? Have you guys seen the movie The Barbershop? What? Ice Cube? Okay, you haven't. So Cedric Entertainer has a great line in it that I always say this about everybody, right? Like I always love it when a dude or just like anybody like just have a fresh haircut. Like I always feel like you give somebody a compliment, but hey, nice haircut. Let's see, you got the line crisp and you got a design in the back. Hey, I like that. Because sometimes people need just like, oh, you notice? Because sometimes you get a haircut and or you like new shoes, something like that, and somebody don't notice. You're like, man, they didn't even notice. But if you always try to say something and compliment a man or like a boy, like, hey, nice haircut, like a student or something of mine, like, hey, I see you with the fresh cut and stuff like that. You got the side parts and stuff. Okay, I see you. Because then that makes you feel good, right? I basically got this idea from the movie Barbershop when Cedric the Entertainer was talking to Ice Cube, who had just sold the barbershop. He was like, what? You didn't what? He's like, I sold the shop. His name was Calvin in that movie. Ice Cube's name was Calvin. He's like, it's like, this ain't no goddamn school of the blind, Calvin. This the barbershop. A place where a man means something. This y'all problem with you young folks. Y'all know nothing. See your father believed in something, Calvin. He believed that something as small as a little bitty haircut could change the way a man felt on the inside. And to me, that is so true because every time I used to get a fresh haircut, I felt different. I felt like my skin cleared up. Like I didn't need proactive. I just needed a fresh haircut because my skin was going to clear up for at least the next 3 days. Maybe after that, it's going to go back to normal, but I always feel like a fresh haircut, a little beard trim or something like that. It just makes you look different, makes you look professional. You look sharp. You look $1,000,000. You look super clean. I feel like it helps a male's confidence as well. Like when you looking sharp, you think sharp, ladies think you sharp, you get different attention from everybody, you look more professional. It just looks like you taking care of yourself. It's like you're doing good. I see you. You're doing good. You're looking good. You probably getting compliments is making you feel good. And that's just always something I believed in. Like when I used to get braids, when I used to get freshly braided, the same thing would happen. My skin cleared up. I felt like my acne went away. I just felt because I just felt like I was doing good by myself. I was keeping myself looking nice, looking good. So that's what I always say. When you get a fresh haircut, it means something. It changes a man's confidence, changes the way a man feels on the inside, you know? It's something about that, like when they do the and then they put you down, they put it on your neck, right? And then they take you out, like how you look now, and they give you the mirror, and then you be looking and this shit, like, oh shit, oh snap, you done did it again, man. You didn't, and you just feel different after that. You went in there, they did you a huge, amazing service, and yeah. Ain't no Travis Kelce. That's number 6 at every black barbershop. That's what that is, all right? That's what that is indeed. That's what we talking about right now. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm a little tired. I've been up since 3 a.m. I had 3 shows in the state of Washington. I had one 45 miles outside of Seattle, and then I had 2 shows at the Comedy Club and Jokers in Richland, Washington that I always go to. It's cool club, real nice. They have an amazing salsa night after the show on Saturdays. Some thick Latino women there. I love going mainly to see them, but also it's usually like a chicken there with a BBL. And sometimes it's not obvious and sometimes it's very obvious. And I just want to know who in Richland, Washington is getting BBLs. Because it's funny because Richland, Washington is like a town. But they come out to this salsa club on Saturday and it be lit. The funny thing about it, I've been 3 straight years. It's like, I think it's my 4th year in a row I've gone. this was like the smallest amount of people I've seen that salsa night. I'm thinking maybe because it was the weather, because it was like 40 degrees, but usually they be coming out in droves. Some fine ass women. Shout out to Jokers. I had an amazing set on Saturday. I did one of my jokes. This was funny. I usually ask people in the audience, like I asked the guy, how tall are you? And he usually tell me his height. And I actually asked him, like, would you date a chick who was 6'4"? And this time I did it, and the guy he stopped looking at me, looked at the chick. He was looking at a chick and at the table next to him. And I'm like, hey man, why you keep looking at her? He was like, I was like, what, you intimidated by her? I was like, what the hell? What's going on? I was like, ma'am, are you tall? She's like, yes. And he was like, yeah, she's tall. And it was the funniest shit ever because she was tall and she was sexy. So I got a thing for tall chicks. I don't know what it is. It's, you know what it is? Amazonian. I always feel like they're tall, thick ass Amazonian. Also, I'm 6 foot, so it's weird to see a chick who's my height or taller than me. There's like a gazelle out there, or just like, I don't know, I just gotta go hunt, or I gotta go strike up a conversation. Also, most of the time I talk to them because I know they single, because tall dudes ain't talking to them. They gonna walk right past someone who's on their same height to get a chick who's like way down here. Like I don't lower my standards. I raise them. Okay, that's why I talk to tall chicks. All right, you don't lower your standards out here. I raise my standards. That's why I'm talking to 6'2", 6'3" and up. But I do make exceptions sometimes, because like short ladies out here, if you under 6 foot, I make exceptions for the shorties out here. Okay, if I might break my mold and talk to you too if you fine enough. All right, so don't think Corde be out here height shaming. Okay, if you under 6 feet, you got to be a baddie for me to make the exception. I couldn't even keep a straight face with that one. Which leads me to my next thing. I need to lose weight. I need to lose weight because flying on these flights, I'm a big dude. I got wide shoulders, and I be having to fit like this. I be having to fit, or like sometimes somebody come and sit next to me, and if it's not a packed out flight attendants be like, hey, you can sit back here where there's nobody. I'm like, thank you so much. Cause then I can lean out. I can really stretch my arms. I can be like this. Cause I want to be comfortable on this flight instead of just like right here. Instead of just right here. Like, oh my bad. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to bump you. I'm sorry. Okay, cool. Like, and then the hardest thing is to reach in my pocket and grab my phone so I can change whatever I'm listening to. And I'm like, damn, I need to lose weight. And I'm like, damn, it's my shoulders. This is my thighs. I'm like, it's everything, yo. It's everything. Which leads me to our next topic. Gracie Bond. Gracie Bond, Instagram model, thick as hell, has a BBL. I showed Noah and I showed Jared. 2 different reactions, which is funny as hell. Like, her ass is huge. I love it. Jared said it's too much. Noah just jaw dropped. I'm like, hell yeah. It's a lot of ass, right? But chicks are going overboard sometimes. Like, they're getting these huge asses, and like, they almost told her that she was gonna have to buy a second seat because she couldn't fit, right? And I'm just like, your ass so big you got to buy a second seat. That's props. That's props to you and whoever your doctor is, because the first time I discovered her, what my homie did, it was like a picture. It was a video. It was like a chick was like shaking her ass, and it was like, and I was like, it looked like she was about to eat her ass. That's what it looks like. It looked like she was about to eat her ass. She's like, ah, and I was like, go ahead, girl. Go ahead. You do that. That's a little X-rated for Instagram, but go ahead. So I'm like, they definitely messed around after this video, because like she was, how chicks love other chicks and love to like, oh my God, your boobs and everything like that. And girls be like, oh shit, like that. That's why chicks love to make out, because chicks are attracted to other chicks, But that's why guys don't make out with other guys, because we don't see it. We ain't attracted to nobody, right? We ain't attracted to each other, except you can see an attractive dude like, damn, that's I always say, like, when I used to be like at Latin clubs, so like, that's Enrico Suave right there. I gotta be my P's and Q's to compete with that dude. I'm getting way off topic. We was talking about BBL, stuff like that. But I'm going to go in. So yeah, I'm going to tell y'all a sad story. I know how to salsa dance. I know how to merengue, and I know how to bachata, right? Mainly, right? Yes, Noah. Yes. You want to know why I know how to do this shit? You want to know why? I was at a salsa club in San Francisco, 1015 Folsom. It's called Pura, right? It's called, most time you see Pura, but it's called Pura, right? I remember one time I was dancing with this chick, fine, Latina girl, fine as hell, right? And I remember I was like, God damn, she is super fine, right? And I remember I'm dancing with her, but I couldn't get the certain steps down. I kind of like stepped on her foot once. She's like, I'm like, my bad. And I was like, let's just go slower. And she kind of wanted to go faster, stuff like that, right? And then I stepped on her foot. She's like, okay, like last time, and I just couldn't get it right. All of a sudden, this Enrique Suave motherfucker comes up hella cool, extends his hand out, right? And she grabs his hand. And next second, you just see him going like, just the beat, like, then he like dipped her and shit like that. And he brought her back up and shit like that. They had like shared that little moment. And then he spun her out. And then he brought her back in and he bring her back in. They dancing like back to the beat, like, she's shaking her ass, shit like that, and like he bringing her back up. He spun her around and everything, right? And the whole time I'm just like this, like, damn, I was that could have been me. That could have been me, but I couldn't keep up. So I'm just seeing them dancing for the next hour, and I'm mad. I'm hate watching. I'm like, step on her feet. Come on, step on her feet. Step on her. Then I saw some water and ice drop, and I was like, slip. This dude was so cool. He saw the puddle, stepped over it with her. Like he just like huh. Like what? I was like, what the fuck? How aerodynamic is this dude right now? Like how the hell did he do that? And they left together, and I was so upset, right? But I told myself, that will never happen again to me, right? We went back to that club 2 weeks later. I don't know what I was on. I think I was watching like salsa dances, or I was like watching like a lot of bachata or something like that. I went to the club and I was just watching people because I'm a very visual learner and I could pick up shit. And I was like, okay, and then you like just learning the steps, right? I went back there like a fucking animal, right? Because my homie knows I don't know how to salsa that well, knows I don't know how to bachata that well. I pull a chick, we start dancing. She's like, can you dance salsa? I'm like, yeah. So we dancing. I got the moves down. I put in my feet every different place. At one point, I'm leading her. Then they changed to like some bachata music, and it's just like you just stay on beat and stuff like that. I'm leading her with that, and then like I take her and I try to dip her, and she just grabs on the beat. I was like, no. I was like, let me dip you. She was like, oh, that's what you. I was like, yes. He's like, I don't know. I was like, girl, you see these shoulders? You think I'm gonna drop you, girl? Like, yeah, I got you. And then I dipped her, right? And I came back up, made out with her, right? Right? Hell yeah. You wanna know how long I was at the club when this happened? 7 minutes. I came back with vengeance, all right? I came back with a vengeance. My homie was like, he just fucking got here. How the fuck he making out with a chick he just met? Like I was back with vengeance. It was super dope. It was super dope. Made out with her a few times. We made out for like 15 minutes on the dance floor. It was an amazing time and shit like that. It was hella funny. But then my homie made sure he kept this other one of our friends who was a hater away because he was like, dude is such a hater. He probably would have walked up and tapped me on my shoulder like, hey, bro, you trying to leave? While making out with a girl. Because he'd be jealous that other dudes is like getting some or just doing something with a chick and shit like that. Like I still remember one time he was hating on my homie. He was like, hey, don't you got a girlfriend? Don't you got a girlfriend? I almost said his name. He was like, don't you got a girlfriend? He was like, what the fuck? Because I told him, I was like, hey, you sure we should invite? I'll tell the homie who was a hater. I was like, you sure we should invite Diego? He be hating sometimes. He was like, dude, you attractive. Don't think Diego looks better than you. I'm like, that's not what I'm thinking at all. Because Diego had just lost like 40 pounds. So he went from like kind of chubby to like super skinny or skinnier than we was before. And then we got to the car, we hanging out, and he like about to hook up with the chick and stuff like that. And then right before they kissed, he was like, hey, don't you got a girlfriend? Why you back there with her? You got a girlfriend, dude. That's hella wild. Because Diego wanted to make out with her, but he's not the most attractive. And he doesn't get sometimes, and he doesn't have game that much too. So it's like his game is hating. So he can like kind of like, I don't know, you should be talking to him. That dude's like shitty. Like I'm like, dude, why you hating? We friends. Don't be telling chicks to like realness. I mean, he can really say shit about me. I think he just said like, oh no, he did hate on me one time. Oh fuck. Cause you know, you could be talking to multiple different women and like people don't know who you talking to and y'all not like exclusive yet, but y'all trying to figure it out and like maybe become exclusive to one person versus another person. So I remember I was talking to this ratchet white chick. It was funny. And then I remember she was in the room with him and a few of my other homies. And then like they was just studying there. I was like, hey, I thought I was walking to class. She's like, I am, but like I gotta study a little bit. I was like, okay, cool. So I walk up in front of all of them and I make out with her. And I just walk away. She's like, all right, boo. Like, you know how you like kiss a girl and just leave her like the butterflies, like her head is like, right? And then, so then he didn't know I was talking to this other chick on the low who was in our friend group, but she was like, I think I was like 20 and she was like 18. And then I was like, I don't know if I can really do 18 ups, right? But I realized she was feeling me and I didn't know until like, cause we be talking like on MySpace. She's like, oh, how you doing? Yada, yada. I'll be texting her. So like, yada, yada, whoopty, whoopty, whoop, blah, 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 blah. And then my homie Diego was like, hey, Corde, what was that one chick? I was like, oh, she's just a friend or whatever. He was like, so you just be kissing your friends out here? You be kissing? He's like, nah, that kiss was, and then he said this in front of the chick. She's like, who he talking about? Like, Corde, what, you kissing other chicks? Like, what are you talking about? What's going on? And I'm like, Diego, we're just friends, Diego. He was like, nah, bro, nah, you was kissing her, you just making out. And she was like, Corde, you kissing another chick or stuff like that? Like, what's going on? And then stop answering my text message after that. And I was like, fucking Diego always hating on some shit. Like, why, dude? Why are you doing this? Why? And then it also in that moment, I didn't realize that she was feeling me like that because it was always kind of, like, no, you're 19, right? 20? Okay. So like you're like chicks your age is playing like a lot of games, stuff like that. You don't know where they stand. Like, oh, I don't know. Like, what do we do? Like, kind of air shit. So she never like said her feelings, but like I'm thinking we chopping up, and I wasn't sure like if she was feeling me or if she was not until that moment. Then I realized I was like, oh shit, like she actually was into me. I was like, fuck. I was like, damn. Like now it's ruined because he's like, I think I tried to hang out with her one time. She was like, no, once you go hang out with that chick you was kissing on. I was like, fuck. Just like, damn, shit. Damn it, dude. Fucking asshole. So yeah. And he was single for like 7 years. Like, so fuck him. So Florence Pugh said that her mom snuck off at the Oscars and smoked weed with Snoop Dogg for an hour, and he got her mom high. I'm gonna just say it right now. I think Snoop Dogg fucks Florence Pugh's mom. I'm not gonna lie, because like, all right, we've all done drugs or smoked weed and stuff like that. You don't usually dip away for a whole hour to smoke. Usually it's about 10 to 15 minutes, all right? And then you walk back in high as shit. So I think they probably started smoking weed, had a smoke session, and then probably her mom probably just stuck around a little longer because she wanted to have a good time with Snoop. And she did. I definitely think she did. Also, Florence Pugh is hot as shit. I'm not going to lie. She is an amazing actress and she's gorgeous. And I don't know what her mom looked like, but she probably wants some of Snoop Dogg. And I think she got some. Ever tell y'all why I'm an Eagles fan? Never tell y'all that? Okay, so I grew up in a Raider household, all right? I was a Niner fan at first. Like this is before the Raiders moved to Vegas. You could either be, it's two NFL teams, the Raiders or the Niners. In my household, you couldn't be a Niner fan, right? You couldn't be a Niner fan at all. For whatever reason, my mom's like, you can't. Sorry, you can't. Your dad doesn't want no Niner stuff in here. It's a Raider household. I'm sorry, you can't be a Niner fan. My biological father, my dad never like married or anything. Like they separated early on. So he bought me Niner stuff because he was a Niner fan, which I found out. But my stepdad, who I don't call him that, but it's kind of just helps the story, right? My stepdad, who my mom married, they was like, this is a Raider household. Sorry, nope, no Niner stuff. You can't be. Nope, that's the enemy. Nope. Jerry Rice is great, but nope. Montana's great, but nope. Nope, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing none of that. He's like, I like the players, hate the team. So you can't, right? So then my mom was deciding, so okay, you can't have Niner stuff. So then I became a Tennessee Titan fan because I remember Madden 2001 had Eddie George on it, and it was just hella dope for that game, right? So I became a Tennessee Titan fan, decorated my room and Tennessee Titan colors. It was like white and blue and stuff, and I had a bunch of Tennessee Titan stuff all around my room because I couldn't become a couldn't have a Niners room, right? Fast forward a few years later, Titans kind of become trash. I was always a fan of Cordell Stewart and Jerome Bettis because he was a chubby dude who was playing running back, and I'm like, hell yeah, he's putting on for all the chubby dudes. And he always had that crisp hairline too. That was something that he always had, right? So then I become a Steelers fan. I'm playing with them on Madden, and I had like black and yellow stuff in my room. All right. So I was always flip flopping because the Niners was my team, but I could never fully embrace them. And then I over this time too, some Niners players was leaving. Like Jerry Rice went to the Raiders. My dad was like, hey, Jerry Rice over here. Won't you become a Raider fan? I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't care about Jerry Rice no more. It's all about T.O. T.O.'s the guy. T.O.'s the guy, 81. Hell yeah. Love T.O. J.J. Stokes. It's amazing. Ahmed Plummer, Julian Peterson, Jeff Garcia, Kevin Barlow, Garrison Hurst, just to like name a few. I was a huge Niner fan, right? Fast forward to Dennis Erickson, who was the head coach, and we became trash, and I didn't like him as a coach, and we went 2-14. I wasn't following football as much, but I remember we sucked. Like we just kept losing games. Oh, also went to the game where it was the last Niner game for T.O. He broke his collarbone, so he was out, and they was playing the Seahawks. And I remember Sean Alexander was playing and running all over him. I was like, fuck, this dude is huge. I was like, who the fuck is that linebacker out there? It was Sean Alexander, number 37. And I didn't realize how amazing he was until a few years later, right? So that offseason, T.O. gets traded to the Philadelphia Eagles, right? And my dad always told me growing up, he was like, black quarterbacks have it the hardest. You always got to do double the amount for like less of the glory, right? So he went there, and then my favorite color is green, right? Eagles green, and I'm like, this is a dope color. And I'm like, oh, he's there with Don McNabb, who I was like a fan of. They had went to like 3 NFC championship games. And then, but the person, I was like Jeremiah Trotter, big buff dude, like doing like the tomahawk chop. But the dude who sold me on becoming an Eagles fan besides T.O. was Brian Dawkins. This man played with a ton of hard hitter, but he had this black visor. Like a lot of players wear visors and stuff like that, but he had the black one going across the middle, hitting big dudes. Like I remember he had Algie Crumpler so damn hard. He had like a LT, like LaDainian Tomlinson, just a fucking menace. And then he said his alter ego was Weapon X, aka Wolverine. And I was like, I fucking love Wolverine, right? And I was like, I'm gonna become an Eagles fan, right? So I became an Eagles fan in 2004. Which funny thing about it, T.O. went there and we went to the Super Bowl. And my family was like, what the fuck? You keep flip-flopping? You was a Niners fan? You was a Titans fan? I thought you was Steelers. What happened to the Steelers? Why you keep flip-flopping teams? They don't know the whole time I can't decorate my room in Niners colors. So I've been an Eagle fan ever since 2004. My homies know that I'm an Eagles fan. Whenever we do bad, they was like, what the hell happened? Like we had this one season called the Dream Team. We were supposed to be amazing. We didn't because of bad coaching and shit like that, right? Fast forward to about 4 years ago. We're downstairs watching TV, and then the Raiders game is on. I was like, oh, let me go in here. I'm gonna watch my team. I want to go watch my team. I was like, who's your team? She's like, the Niners. Like, what? Like, yeah, I'm a Niners fan. Huh? You a Niners fan? I've always been a Niners fan. Since when? Since forever. Like, you can ask your dad. I've always been a Niners fan. He was like, that little shit. I was like, no. I used to always want my room decorated in Niners colors. Why can I never decorate my room in Niners gear? She's like, I don't remember that. I was like, Mom, you said it. I can't decorate my room in Niners color because this is a Raiders household. And I remember I always wanted to tell you, because back when JCPenney's had like the stuff you can just decorate, like Miami Dolphins, Cowboys, stuff like that, right? They had the whole outfit, right? And I was like, Niners. She was like, nah, I couldn't see the Niners. I don't think you can. It's the Raiders household. You can't decorate. It's like, but use some dope Raider colors. You want to do the Raiders? I was like, I don't like the Raiders. I remember they always lost. They would be a second half team, but they'd always lose. I'm like, well, I'm going to cheer for a team that keeps on losing. I didn't understand it. And my mom's like, no, I've always been a Niners fan. I was like, no, you have not. If that was the case, I wouldn't have been a Tennessee Titans fan. I thought you liked the Titans. I would have been a Steelers fan. I thought you liked the Steelers. I wouldn't be an Eagles fan, even though I love the Eagles. I'm never changing. She was like, no, you always wanted to pick. I was like, I had no choice. You was the reason you said I couldn't decorate my room in Niner stuff. Because you said this is a Raiders household. Now all of a sudden you've been a Niner fan this whole damn time? You a poser. And that's how I became an Eagles fan. And I still remember, I think one thing she said, because I remember because she used to paint the room. Like she would paint like one, it'd be like gold and red. And she was like, I remember she did say, I don't want to paint your room in red because it kind of looks like hell. That was like one thing, like Rich's family. So she was like, yeah, I don't like that look. Cause especially if it runs, it kind of looks like, no, it doesn't look like hell. It looks like blood. It looks like your room is covered in blood. And I was like, what the hell? I was like, no, it's Niner stuff. What'd you put? She's like, nah, I don't want to. So you can put black though, even though black makes the room like extra, extra dark. I was like, I don't want black. I don't want the Raiders. It's like, but black and silver, like, you know, I'm like, no. Fast forward, she was talking about she's a Niner fan. So when the Niners, who are going to the Super Bowl, won against the Detroit Lions, I was rooting against them the whole time. She's like, let's go, yeah. I was like, boo, let's go Lions. She was like, why are you cheering against my team? I was like, this ain't your team. She's like, I've always been a Niner fan. I'm like, what about why you never let me decorate my room with the Niner stuff? She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, you conveniently don't know what I'm talking about now. Like, of course you don't know what I'm talking about right now. And that's why I became an Eagles fan. So yeah, been an Eagles fan ever since 2004. Damn, it's about to be, it's 2024. Oh shit, that's 20 years. Being an Eagles fan for 20 years. Hell yeah, dude. One of my bucket lists is to go see the Philadelphia Eagles in Philly. Like, it'd be dope to have a show out there and then like have a show like Friday, Saturday, and they're like, yeah, I saw the Eagle game on Sunday. Like, hell yeah, that'd be dope as hell. Or go see them play the Cowboys. I would love to go see them play the Cowboys. Don't want to go see them playing the Giants because they play in New Jersey and I hate the Giants with a passion. But yeah, I want to start giving some advice. Oh, where we at, Jared? Right over. Oh shit, I'll keep going. I'm fucking keep going with this bitch. Hell yeah. One, I want to get some advice. Merch. We talked about the Corde Snell show stickers. Merch is always a good thing to have as a comic. All right. The late great John Witherspoon told Gary Owen, who was a comic I listened to a lot, white comic with a very black audience, but he's just funny as shit though. I just said that just for the context of it, right? Gary Owen used to never sell merch, right? And then he had talked to John Witherspoon. He was like, hey Gary. Like, I think he was eating something. Like, this is how he talks. He's like, hey Gary. He's like, hey, you be selling merch? He's like, nah, I don't really sell merch. I used to sell merch, but I don't do it no more. He's like, oh, you gotta sell merch, brother. He's like, man, I made $36,000 off of merch alone. Not ticket sales, not other stuff. $36,000 off merch. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I have merch. I have my Big Beautiful Forehead t-shirts, my Big Beautiful Forehead hoodies. I mean, beanies. Hoodies could be coming soon. I'm in the works with that. And my Corde Made Your Day shirts, the Gatorade one, and also have like a older one, was like black and white. I make a ton sometimes if I'm at the right club, and I don't want to say a ton. I make a good amount off merch sometimes. Like shout out to the San Jose Improv. If I have the host or I feature there, and it's like a full weekend, sometimes I make more off my merch sales than off of what I get paid for the club, because merch is handy. And then if it works in with one of your jokes, it's always a good thing. I want to come up with new merch, just as a way to like it's a way for me to keep working on jokes instead of like having like an old joke that I keep doing. Even though the joke I do about big foreheads, I've chopped it down to where it's its own nuance, because usually when I was doing it, I had a longer set, but now sometimes I do it on shorter sets. So it's easier for me to get to it now. I go straight to it in like a different way. It used to have to be set up through like two other jokes to then get to it. But I love it. Cause, and I'm making it to a joke. I talk about chicks who have big foreheads who are insecure, but if you was with me, I would kiss the shit out of your big ass forehead. Okay. And then I bring out my Big Beautiful Forehead shirt. And I would say like, yo, some of y'all think I'm not supportive. Y'all think I don't like y'all. And then I bring out the Big Beautiful Forehead shirt and I show the whole crowd. And it's dope because it's a black shirt and has pink lettering and it like really pops. A lot of bald dudes love to buy the Big Beautiful Forehead shirt because it's like, yo, what I got a Big Beautiful Forehead. I'm like, hell yeah. And then I bought beanies, and sometimes women don't want to buy the shirt, but they'll rock the beanie because chicks love beanies. Also, it's cold right now, the weather and stuff like that. So chicks love beanies. I see it all the time. Like they're like, I don't want the shirt, but I'll take that beanie though. And then beanies are easier to carry. Like, cause sometimes I order them. Shout out to Terry Dorsey. I usually make 15. He usually makes 15 to 20 for me at like a time. I'm not balling like that. So sometimes people are like, why don't you just order 100? And I'm just like, you think I got money like that? Just be ordering like 100 worth of this shit? Like, kind of like, what the fuck? Like, you know, I'm like, nah, we know you're not going to do that. That's like national touring headliner stuff. Like, or sometimes I think Gary Owen said he orders 1,000 of something. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, that must be nice. I would love to have 1,000 Big Beautiful Forehead shirts. That means 1, I'm doing well. 2, the kickbacks about to be crazy. 3, I can sell this shit out, because especially the sold out shows like that, And a lot of times the headliner doesn't come see the crowd, or he might like come like, or he might like a VIP special meet, stuff like that. So, and shout out to the headliners who let other comics sell their merch, who's like not the headlining act. He's like the feature or the host, because then that helps us. Because sometimes we're not getting paid as much as the headliner, because he's the reason why the fans are here. But then it helps us keep money in our pocket, gas money, or sometimes my merch money goes to my rent, because I'm doing good. Or sometimes if I just got paid, the merch money I might just hold on to for a bit, and then I'm like, okay, this merch is running low, and I'll just collect the merch money. I'm like, okay, boom, time to reinvest. Let me order more beanies, more beautiful forehead shirts, like more sizes, because the sizes that sell out the most are mediums, XLs, and larges. I don't know why, but that's the most common ones I've ordered. I still order 2Xs, and I order 3Xs, and I order smalls. The 2Xs will sell out before 3Xs do, and smalls usually be like, for me, it's always the hardest to sell, because there's not a lot of small women out there who are buying shirts like that. And sometimes I'll have them, and then it'll just be like around forever. But mediums, largest, and XLs will sell out the fastest. I usually order 5 2Xs and 5 3Xs, because I might want a new one, because I have one for myself. And then the 2XLs is usually like the dudes who used to be an XL, got a little bigger because of COVID, or they just want like a bigger one because they might wear it to the gym or something, and if it shrinks. I'm like, does it shrink? I'm like, yeah, it shrinks, but it's like good quality, and so they'll wear it to work out, they'll wear it like forever. So yeah, so buy yourself merch, and then usually, like, that's why I say buy stickers first, because sometimes, right, I started off with stickers first when I had an idea for a merch shirt. I bought stickers first when I had an idea for a merch shirt, and it was a way for me to test to see, should I get this? And then people was like, oh, if you buy that, like the Corde Made Your Day shirt and Gatorade, hella frat bros love that. It's like, bro, oh, you gotta get this. And I always mean like a frat bro. It's like, dude, I love this shirt, because it's dope. Like when you hungover, Gatorade. That's usually something that you usually get. The beanies, chicks love beanies, and that's just something to have. But also, like, have enough shows to where you can sell merch. All right, like don't go out there and start investing in hella t-shirts and you're like a year in and you're not booked that much. Start small. Like most people say, start with stickers. I remember that's one thing I started with, was like stickers, like a few other things. I remember I made this huge investment in merch, because merch, t-shirts is like several $100s to buy. So I don't want you going out there and buy, like Corey said, buy these shirts, and I only buy 10 at a time. I'll buy 10 mediums, 10 largest, 10 extra largest, and then I'll buy like 10. No, I'll do it like this. I'll buy 5 small, 5 2Xs, and then I'll buy like 5 more 3Xs. That way, the ones that's harder to sell, I have less of those, and the other ones I don't, or I usually go out fast. I have 10 of those, so it's a good way for me to have that. Buy stickers or buy something where you can like, is easier. And then if those stickers start selling out, or people keep wanting to buy stickers, then you'd be like, okay, well, maybe I'm doing good. Maybe I buy like a small order of merch, like t-shirts, like let me buy 30 t-shirts. And sometimes, depending on the person, you might get charged like $5 to $7 per shirt, which is a good price, maybe 10 at the most. But that's like, if somebody's like, I'll charge you $15 per shirt, that's a lot. That's way too much. Like, so if you buying 30 shirts, $15 a shirt, that's like what? I can't do the math right now. It's like 300 or something like that, if not more. Probably more than that. And there's only 30 shirts. You can get better deals than that. So yeah, that's what I would say. Also keep writing. I know myself personally, I remember I was trying to record an hour special before the pandemic. I wasn't able to do that, and I'm still trying to record that same hour, but I haven't done it in a long time, so I try to have to remember it. But I'm trying to work on like a new hour. Like I think I have like 30 minutes of a new hour. But the problem with me, I keep losing my notepad that has the second half of my hour in it. And it fucking irks me, because I'm just like, why the fuck am I forgetful? Because at first I had it on my old phone, and it was like the second half. It was like, okay, these jokes, all these things I've worked on, and I forgot them somewhere. Well, actually, my phone broke. My phone that I kept, it broke, and then I had it all written down in a notepad, and then somehow I lost that fucking notepad. I'm like, fuck. So now what I do is, all the new jokes that I've been working on, I'll just write them all out on a page or 2 pages, and I'm like, okay, are these good enough to like be the second half of this hour. And then sometimes like now I need to take the ones where I keep doing the open mics, stop doing those open mics. And like now this is going to be my new 10 to 15 that I'm gonna work on. So then I could be like, okay, I got 30 minutes now. Then I'll refine this new 15. Boom, that's 45 minutes. And then it's like by that time I need to get to that hour, I'll probably either already have 5 to 7 minutes, and then I need to refine it and then add some other jokes to it. Cause like I write and stuff like that and it'll come to me. So then by the time that 15 is refined with the new 30 or with the 30, that's fine. I got that new other 15. Boom, we got an hour. All right. And that's something, a little bit of advice. I keep looking at BBL, which is funny. Remember how I always tell you I'll be late sometime, right? So nowadays my sisters are always asking me like, where you going? And I hate when she does this. It's always weird to me because I'm just like, why are you asking me this? You know, my mom stopped asking me like, I know you're older sister, but stop doing this, right? So what I do is I tell her that I'm going to hang out with one of her friends, right? And she was like, oh my God, stop saying this. So I always say she has a friend named Sam. I think I mentioned her before, but I didn't tell like the full story. She has a friend named Sam. She lives in Vallejo. I'm giving up all the tea on this chick, right? It was funny because, I'm gonna give you all the tea right now. It's funny because I met this girl, right? I met this girl at the bar, and then like my sister befriended her, which is like a real shady thing to do. Like I don't know why my sister always does this. Like she's the ultimate hater. Like I always feel like that. She drinks haterade, right? So she started hanging out with her, and it was funny as hell because I had got her number. I was messaging her, and she like never messaged me back, right? She never messaged me back until we went to Vegas, right? We went to Vegas as a family, and she came too, and she was like there. I can't believe I'm sharing this story, but hell yeah, I want to because I want to brag. I had a girlfriend at the time. Me and my girlfriend is fighting. My cousin, I have a cousin, right, who always keeps it real with me. She's a female cousin. She always be like, hey, that girl Sam likes you. I'm like, right? It's like, she be like, I saw her looking at you. I saw her kind of like being around you, stuff like that. And she's like, won't you kind of, I was like, I do, but I got a girlfriend. And I showed her, she's like, oh, your girlfriend is cute. I was like, right? This girl Samantha was cute too. So she was like, you like her? I was like, I really like my girlfriend, right? I was like, well, she's like, but it's like, we in Vegas though. So what happens in Vegas, you know, stays in Vegas. So she's propping me up too. And then we just talking in the room because like, this is like 2020. This is June 2020, I think. So it's like, stuff's not fully lifted, but it's like open, right? And so we're trying to figure, I'm like, she's like, it's like, man, if that chick come knock on this door, I'm gonna get up and walk out. As my cousin says, like, I'm gonna let y'all have the room and y'all can do like whatever, right? And I was like, man, if she come to this, I'm like, we about to, you know, next second, here. I'm like, who is it? It's Sam. Sam, what you want? I'm looking for your sister. I go, I'll open up the door, right? I'm like, Sam, what you like? Oh, I'm checking to see if your sister's in here. Is your sister in here? You the funny thing about it, her room was like across the hall from mine. My sister's room, next door. Yeah. So I'm like, you're looking for my sister across the hall in my room? My sister wasn't hanging out with me. Like my sister, like, it's like, yeah, is she in here? Is she in here? Like, where is she? Because it's like, I'm gonna go look for her. I'll be back. Gave us the room and stuff like that. We was cool. We was chilling. But I had a girlfriend who I really cared about, so I didn't. Sadly, I didn't do nothing, even though I wanted to, so damn bad, right? But also it was a funny thing because I still wasn't like, because my cousin was like, I don't know, this girl might like say you did something to her. I was like, fuck. I was like, I ain't trying to what? That was like, that's in the back of my mind. I was like, I don't want that to happen, right? So then it was funny because we were supposed to go out later that night. We were supposed to go to a hookah bar, hookah lounge, stuff like that. Me and my cousins, my sister, her friend Sam, and stuff like that. And I was like, cool, let's go. Like, right. And then they all taking forever, right? I'm like, well, y'all hurry up. Y'all need to get dressed, stuff like that. So Sam gets dressed, my sister gets dressed, and then like my cousin, he's like, so Sam come in, like, give me a little attitude. She from Vallejo, so she a little attitude, like a little ratchet, but she cute, like, right? So I'm like, all right, whatever. She look white, but she's like Puerto Rican. She's just light skin, right? And then I'm like, she's like, you ain't even dressed. You not even dressed. So I was like, give me 10 minutes. I'll be dressed, fully ready to go and everything. I just got to iron myself. I'm going to take a shower and be dressed and give me 10 minutes. Watch. Give me 10 minutes, right? I go, I shower, I get dressed. I had like this yellow shirt. It's banana. I call it banana shirt, right? Black slacks, black dress shoes. And like, I come out and I was like, my bad. I took 12 minutes. And Sam see me and her jaw drops. They're all like staring, right? And I was like, what do you think about that, Sam? She's like, you look cool, whatever. I'm like, oh shit, right? My cousin started joking to me. Damn, cuz, where you going? We ain't going to no club. Why you trying to look all fancy and stuff? Who you trying to pull tonight? I just look at Sam. He's like, who you trying to pull tonight? I was like, I don't know. Whoever it is, they gonna know what's up though. It's gonna be lit and stuff like that. He's like, man, cuz, I'm just over here in a t-shirt and so and like whatever. You over here doing what the big boy shoes on and there. I was like, well, you know, I gotta step up. We in Vegas, right? Fast forward, my family be with some shit, so we couldn't, you said 50? Okay, got you. Yeah, my bad, sorry. So fast forward, my family, we couldn't do it for whatever reason. We couldn't figure out where we wanted to go. We trying to go to hookah bar. Last minute, everybody was like, I don't know, we shouldn't probably be going here and stuff like that. It's COVID still. And I was like, I thought we was going to go. So family started bickering or whatever, started arguing. So I was like, hey, man, y'all ain't going. I'm about to lay down. I'm about to lay down and go get some sleep. It's like, but you got dressed. Sam's like, but you got all dressed up. You look so nice. Oh, I look nice now. I look nice now. Is that what you said? I look nice. She's like, I mean, whatever. You look cool. Whatever. And then we head downstairs, and then my other cousin there, she's like, where we going? She's like, I'm going wherever he going. Wherever he going, I'm going. I'm like, oh, you like to go where I go? She's like, shut up. I was like, just say you do. I mean, I do. If we going somewhere, I'll go with you. I was gonna go with me wherever. So I'm like flirting with her and shit like that. And in my back, man, like, damn, you got a girlfriend. Stop it. Like, and the funny thing, the whole time, me and my girlfriend was arguing the whole fucking time I was in Vegas. It did not help that I'm trying to stay faithful to my girl if she's arguing with me, thinking I'm doing something, which I wasn't until that night where the opportunity was thrown at me. And I was like, man, I really like this chick. I can't cheat on her because that would be something always in the back of my head. Like, yeah, I was almost always faithful to you, right? Fast forward a week later, we break up. I was just like, fuck, I knew I should have fucked her. I knew I should have fucked Sam in Vegas. Also fast forward too, right? Because Sam kept coming around, my sister kept inviting her around and stuff like that, and it was funny as hell because like I still like wanted to see her. Then all of a sudden she got a BBL and acts like she didn't know nobody, and I'm just like, girl, I remember that time in Vegas I could have smashed and you had no ass. Like, come on now, don't all of a sudden act different when you get a BBL, because I was with you back in the flat days, all right? I was with you in the DB days. You know what DB stand for? Double back. So that's one of my new jokes too, and that's about Sam. Hell yeah. Yeah. I gotta let that breathe though. Now, y'all wasn't expecting that, huh? Y'all wasn't expecting that. That's a good one. That was a good one. I guess the last one to be is bald. So I'm bald. Obviously, you can tell. Something about me, I hate when I have like little hair coming up right here, because that usually means I'm stressed, which didn't help when like I had my flight delayed 5 different times, and then I had to get a whole nother flight to come back here to the Bay Area where I live. That comes from my dad, who was balding at a very young age and started rocking a toupee. I didn't know it was a toupee because I was a very gullible kid, all right? Because at that time, the only toupees I saw was on white guys. Right. And it was always like in a TV show, and it was a bad toupee. It would be like gray hair, brown hair, and it was super obvious. Like it was like way like, it's like hella bad. And it was black. Right. But then my family started telling me, how did you not know? I was like, I don't know. So I used to be like, Dad, why is your hair black here, but it's gray right here? He was like, mind your business. Because he thought I was like making fun of him. I was like, no, Dad. You should figure it out. I was like, or maybe you should dye this part, because this is gray, but this is jet black. So it's working up here. So you should probably like dye this or something like that. Like, because I really didn't know that it was fake. Because I'm over here just like, I was like, also, Dad, when you be scratching your head, why does your whole hair move? Still not knowing. He just be like, imagine just like this. So I'm a kid, so I'm concerned for my dad. He's like, mind your business. I was like, no, Dad. I was like, I think something wrong with you. Your hair's not supposed to be moving like that. My hair don't move like that. Are you okay? Are you okay, Dad? Do you need to get checked out? And then it's funny because the more I asked him these questions, the more he realized I didn't know that he had a wig on or a toupee on the whole time. So then one day he shaved it all off and he was just start rocking the ball look. It was weird to see him like with like a bald head. It was super weird, but he started rocking it and then he kept his hair shaved all the time until his passing. My dad passed at 59. RIP to my dad. And that's why I hate when I have hair on the side of my head, because this reminds me of my dad not embracing that he was actually bald. And I hate when other dudes like have like hair like right here, or they trying to figure out the comb over. Sometimes some comb overs look cool because it's just like a little like this, but if it's like the few hairs that's coming here, like, we know what you're doing. All right, we know you're bald. Like, I never understand, like, I don't know, white guys do this a lot. I don't know why. I'm not trying to get on nobody, but white guys always do this. They just won't let it go, or they'll just have this here, right, and just grow it out and just be like, well, you know, I'm bald. No, you're not, because you didn't go full on. You didn't fully embrace yourself, so you are not bald. You were holding on to that little bit of hair, and then they'd be like, well, if I shave it off, I look like a skinhead. Like, you've been bald for 15 years now. We know what you look like, all right? Let it go. Stop wasting your barber's time. Shave your head. Embrace it, all right? Don't be holding on to the past self. That's the past. Just embrace the new. Grow a beard. That's how we do it. You shave your head, you grow a beard, and that's how everybody stops looking at your head. Start looking at your face, all right? Because you got hair here and you don't have hair here, all right? Hell yeah. And this has been the Corde Snell Show. So I'm going to wrap it up like this. Did you get your hour of Corde this week? Did you get an hour of the podcast? The podcast will always make you feel better, always make you laugh, and always have some amazing story and some amazing tips. So remember, always get your hour of Corde every single week, all right? Listen to this podcast several times a week. If you're down and you're like, you need to listen to us again, listen to it again. Listen to the last episode, the audio version, because I tell an amazing prom story joke, which is fucking phenomenal. That was amazing. And this week I was talking about my sister's friend, Sam, who was a DB, and now she got a BBL, all right? And I can't wait for the JDL to come out. And do you guys know what the JDL is? The Jamaican dick lift. And we out, people. That's been the Corde Snell Show.